Hey, we're live, pal.
Hello, we are live, pal. We are live at the UFC 306 Noche UFC Riyadh season Las Vegas Sphere official weigh-ins. Whatever name or combination of names you guys choose to use, we're here. We're here for the to see people step to the scale. 10 out of 10, people going to make weight. 20 out of 20, excuse me. 10 fights, 20 out of 20.
So,
We got two championship fights. No,
AK,
no issue there.
I want to
Yes,
remind you, that
please.
all the fighters have to weigh in within the first hour.
Okay.
So, no, it's like that's a thing. So, everyone has
Yes.
to weigh in the first hour, and if they miss, they get the extra hour. So, that's always, it's the
Right.
thing we've always talked about, should have been it to begin with.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I love it. I love it. I live for this, as the people say. But not that it matters, guys. I think I hate to say it because it means we'll probably only be spending an hour together. And by the way, in case you guys are wondering, of course, that was the voice of the wonderful who's Jose Youngs. I almost said Jose Youngs. It's been a while.
It's been a
As the
minute.
voice of the wonderful Jose Youngs, who of course has been on site all week in Las Vegas for all the Noche UFC and the UFC 306 festivities. So we'll be getting him to chime in when he can. But as usual, he's spinning about 35 different plates at the moment. So when he can contribute, he can contribute. Otherwise, guys, he's giving you this beautiful video, audio, everything you're seeing on your screen right now. Uh, what did I say before I cut myself off?
Mm.
Yeah, so we have two. Yes. We'll only get to spend an hour together, probably, guys, because as Jose just said, I should repeat it because I'm sure there's some people who are just starting to sort of stream in here. The first hour is when people are supposed to come in, and now they will get the second hour only if they need it. So we should see a flurry of weigh-ins as we usually do within the first 20 minutes. And if there's any stragglers, they are going to have to come in before 1 p.m. Eastern time slash 11 p.m. Sorry, 10 p.m. 10 a.m. Pacific time, local time in Las Vegas. So I totally screwed that up. What I'm just saying is we'll probably only be on for an hour because I'm sure all 20 fighters are going to make weight without issue. Any bets in the chat, guys? Shout out who you think is going to come to the scale first. I would imagine it's one of the champions. I bet we'll see O'Malley. I think we'll see O'Malley, but that is
Uh,
just my
I
total
don't see
guess.
anyone.
Jose says he doesn't see anyone.
Also,
No tip off here.
I do want to say hello to the 43 people watching on Facebook this time. This is a new thing we're trying.
Yes. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Hello, people who are illegally streaming this. You know, somehow I don't know if they've gotten into our stream, Jose, and are pirating the MMA fighting official weigh-in stream. If so, we welcome you all the same. No lawsuit coming. I'm not Dana White. I don't care how you're watching this, but yes, welcome everyone watching on social. I know we got some Facebook monsters out there. We got some YouTube monsters, and sometimes they don't meet in the middle. But that's what we're here to do today. Cole B says Diego Lopes up first. He probably wants to weigh in first. I imagine, guys. If I don't even imagine, I say when the champions are ready to weigh in, they get priority. So it has to be one of the top four fighters. I could be wrong. It doesn't always go that way. But I see a Diego Lopes guess, and I'm sure he's going to make weight with no problem. Lazy Bed, what's up, Lazy Bed? Predicting that Brian Ortega is going to make it. Yeah, I think he'll be okay. Last time was really weird. He I'm sure people remember that the initial Brian Ortega Diego Lopes booking got canceled because Brian Ortega was planning a move to 155. The opportunity to fight Diego Lopes came up. He says, "Well, I got to jump on this," and then tried to get back down to 145. Did not go well for him, so they rescheduled it for this event. Meanwhile, Diego memorably went on to fight Dan Ige in a 165-pound fight after Ige took the fight on I think 2 minutes notice or something. One
Oh,
of the craziest stories.
here we go.
Here we go.
All right, thank y'all for being here for the official weigh-in, Riyadh season, Noche UFC, and we begin with the man around whom this fight card was built, the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion, Sugar Sean O'Malley. $135, the official weight for the champ, Sean O'Malley. All right, next athlete to the scale, also defending her world title at Noche UFC, the undisputed flyweight queen, Alexa Grasso.
$124.
124 pounds, the official weight for the champion, Alexa Grasso. All right, next athlete to the stage is the future UFC Hall of Famer, decorated former UFC flyweight champion, and now the #1 ranked contender, Valentina Shevchenko. $125, the official weight for Valentina Shevchenko, and with that, your co-headliner at Noche UFC is official. All right, next fighter to the scale, competing in the feature prelim live on ESPN in the women's bantamweight division, #9 ranked contender, Norma Dumont.
So, guys, I'll give you guys a recap in a moment. We got a lot of weigh-ins coming in. John Anik coming in loud and clear.
136.
136 pounds, the official weight for Norma Dumont.
Good sign for Norma Dumont, who has had trouble making weight in the past.
All right, moving right along now to a lightweight prelim as we welcome Manuel Torres.
$156.
156, the official weight for Manuel Torres.
156 for Manuel Torres.
All right, next fighter to the stage, competing in a women's strawweight prelim, Ketlen Souza.
$115.
115, the official weight for Ketlen Souza.
115 for Ketlen Souza. Big underdog against
All right,
Yazmin
next fighter weigh in
Jauregui.
this morning, competing in a bantamweight prelim, Aoriqileng.
Speaking of big underdogs, the biggest underdog in the card, Mr. Aoriqileng.
136.
136, the official weight for the Mongolian murderer, Aoriqileng. All right, next fighter to the scale, competing live on pay-per-view at Noche UFC, budding lightweight contender, Esteban Ribovics.
155.
155, the official weight for Esteban Ribovics.
155 for Esteban Ribovics.
Oh,
Another big underdog on the card.
All right, next fighter set to weigh in, competing in the first fight of the night in the bantamweight division, Raul Rosas Jr.
And here is Aoriqileng's opponent.
136.
136, the official weight for Raul Rosas Jr. All right, next
There you
athlete
go.
to the stage, one of the best flyweights in the world, and weighing in as a backup for our co-main event, Manuel.
124 and a half.
124 and a half, the official weight for Manuel. All right, next athlete up.
Yes, that
competing
was
in the
Manuel
women's strawweight
Raul.
division, Yazmin Jauregui.
That was Manuel Raul before, weighing in as backup, 124.5. And here's Yazmin Jauregui.
115.
115, the official weight for Yazmin Jauregui.
115 for Yazmin Jauregui.
And that is our first break.
Wow. Things flew by there, guys. I'll give a very quick recap because I didn't want to talk over some of the champions weigh-ins while those were going down. But just making some notes here, guys. Yes, as I just you saw Manuel Figueroa, she weighed in as a backup. Hopefully she still gets her title shot no matter what. We did say there was an unfortunate stretch there of backups who weighed in and did not get their title shot eventually, but that was broken recently. Bilal Muhammad did. Bilal Muhammad was a backup for another fight, and sure enough, got his title fight eventually and won it. And I believe Sergey Pavlovich was also a backup once upon a time for a heavyweight title fight, and technically fought for the interim title. So, you know, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get a title shot weighing in as a backup, but it can't hurt. And if you're Manuel, I'm sure you've just been sitting around waiting for your next booking, would be a title fight, and ready to make weight at a moment's notice. And here she is. And if she gets that opportunity, I'm sure people want to see Valentina and Alexa fight a third time, but I don't think anyone would or should complain about Manon getting that title shot. She deserves it. She has been fantastic in the UFC so far. I'm just looking at the weigh-ins here, guys, make sure I didn't miss anything. And then I will send a little update to our dear Jose Youngs, and we can put something on screen eventually. Let me just make sure I got everything here. We are still waiting, guys, on Merab Dvalishvili. We did see Sean O'Malley, 135, the bantamweight champion. We saw the flyweight champion, Alex Grasso, 124. And we saw Valentina Shevchenko, 125. So co-main event official. Main event, we are, again, still waiting for Merab. I'm not particularly concerned. And yes, those are famous last words that I've uttered on this show many times. Sometimes it leads to calamity, sometimes it doesn't. So you guys be the judge. Let me see what I can send to. Let's you guys a little on screen here. I'll also make a note, guys, in the comments on the YouTube. Sorry, Facebook guys. You'll just have to go to on-screen graphic, but listen, no one shall be left uninformed. Not on MMAfighting.com, damn it. That's what I say. All right, so we'll see if we can get something on screen, guys. Otherwise, I'll let you guys know on YouTube. Someone just said, "Is Merab struggling?" You know what? I don't think so. I think the man moves at his own pace. I was worried when he didn't show up to the media day at his scheduled time, which is not strange for media day, guys. Anyone who's watched the media day, I guess most of you haven't seen the PR schedules, but they do not stick to the PR schedules. But Merab ended up coming hours later, though we were informed ahead of time that he was not making the date. But there was a little touch and go there for a while. There was a little touch and go. I did see people kind of worrying what was up with Merab, but I think he'll be all right. Okay, let me just comment on here.
And also, I am blasting out the Sean O'Malley clip first, and then I will get you that graphic, everyone, I promise.
Good work, Jose. Jose, someone asking, do you guys think Umar is not weighing in as a backup? I don't think. I don't believe so.
I don't believe so.
Okay. No Umar as far as you know, guys. But we've been surprised before. I'll never forget when Colby Covington showed up to weigh in as a backup once, and I had no clue that was going to happen.
That's true.
Lamb Sauce Will asking, did Norma Dumont already go? Yes, Norma Dumont, not always the best friend of the scale. She was one of the first 5 fighters to weigh in, I think, and she made 136, Lamb Sauce Will. So yes, her second time actually making bantamweight.
Here's what happens. Here's what happens. Every time I'm about to post a graphic, we get movements.
Yeah, that's good. This is the rain dance. This is how we want movement. True. This is good.
All right, next athlete to weigh in, competing in a flyweight prelim, Puro Chikali, Edgar Chairez.
Edgar Chairez had a very, very, very bad weight miss in his last fight.
125.5, the official weight for Edgar Chairez.
125.5 for Edgar Chairez. No issue today. No issue today. That is a man happily making weight.
All right, next fighter to the scale, competing in a featured bout live on pay-per-view, former two-time featherweight title challenger and the number 3 ranked contender, Brian T-City Ortega.
Brian Ortega.
146.
146, the official weight for Brian Ortega.
146 for T-City Brian Ortega. It should be noted, he did make weight for the Lopes fight, and then the fight was canceled within 24 hours of fight night. But again, different circumstances. He was sort of gearing up for a move to 155 pounds. So fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. I mentioned it only for the sake of history and information. He did make weight, but still didn't fight last time. Fingers crossed that's not the case here. He makes weight. Diego Lopes makes weight, and we see them fight on Saturday. Right? We don't want to see any shenanigans. We don't want to see fighters falling ill. That's not fun. There's nothing fun about that. We are still waiting on Merab Dvalishvili, Diego Lopes, Daniel Zellhuber, Ode Osbourne, Ronaldo Rodriguez, Irene Aldana, Ignacio Bahamondes, and Joshua Van. Guys, we'll have more updates for you. More updates, more commentary once things start to settle down. Again, for anyone just tuning in, Jose made a note at the beginning. It is only an hour for the initial weigh-in window. 1 hour, guys, 1 hour. And then an official second hour for any fighters that happen to come in heavy in the first hour. So really, we're focusing on this first hour here. We're hoping everyone hits it or is at least within no more than a pound over. If someone comes in 2 or 3 pounds over, I would highly doubt we see them again.
UFC competing in a flyweight prelim live on ESPN, Joshua Van.
Here's Joshua Van.
$125.5.
125.5, the official weight for Joshua Van.
$125.5 for Joshua Van. He's eager to get back in there, coming off a loss, top prospect. Everyone sees this guy as a future contender, and he's just staying super busy in his career, which is really all you got. You know, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do when you're as young as he is. I think he's 24 years old, I want to say. Joshua Van, 22. Sorry, Joshua, I aged him. He's 22 years old and already 12 pro bouts. I mean, we talk about Raul Rosas, who is on the card, and we got another young stud here in Joshua Van. So we'll see. He just ran to a more veteran, more experienced guy.
Let me ask you a question, AK. Did Grasso was it 120? Was it 124?
124 for Grasso, correct?
And Valentina was 125.
125.
Beautiful.
All right, guys. Actually, let me send. Guys, I did a rundown a second ago, but I just want to say there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fighters left on a card of 20 fighters. One of them still being Merab Dvalishvili, and we got a bonus weigh-in with Manuel, who is the official backup for the main event. Let me see if I can actually see the Facebook comments on here. I might be able to. I'm not sure.
All right, next fighter to the scale is the other gentleman around.
Yep.
Fight card was built. The number 1 ranked bantamweight contender fighting for the world title Saturday night, Merab Dvalishvili. 134, the official weight for the challenger, Merab Dvalishvili. And with that, your main event for Noche UFC is now official.
134 for a jazzed up Merab Dvalishvili. No surprises there. That is the way this man lives his life. So there we go, guys. Your main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili, is official. As is your co-main event, trilogy bout of Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. So, guys, very little drama so far, which is how we like it at the weigh-ins. All right, Jose, let's see if I can send you this updated graphic and we can actually use it before someone else comes up. Can we pull this off? Let me see. Because I know we got people jump in 15 what time is it now? Oh, 15 minutes. You guys missed so much stuff. You're just tuning in now, you missed so much stuff. But don't worry, we got you covered.
Oh, don't bother with the graphic. Don't bother with the graphic, AK. Zellhuber's right here.
Oh, what's coming? What's happening? All right. Of course he is. Daniel Zellhuber, one of the favorites, big favorites.
Competing on the pay-per-view main card in the lightweight division, Daniel Zellhuber.
He's much taller than Merab.
155, the official weight for Daniel Zellhuber.
155 for Daniel Zellhuber. His fight with Esteban Ribovics is official. Jose, we're going to get this graphic in.
Maybe.
We're going to get this graphic in. Watch this.
Trying to get some.
Yeah. Focus on the videos. For sure. Focus on the clips, please. I'll update you as I can. Sorry, guys. I'll provide some scintillating commentary momentarily, but just want to try and get you some information. Information before the entertainment. That's what I always say. And then they meet and become edutainment. All right. So hopefully someone else comes in to weigh in, but if they don't, you guys will see a graphic shortly. But I'll just update you for now, guys. Sean O'Malley, first fighter to weigh in, 135 pounds. Merab Dvalishvili, we just saw one. Well, we didn't just see. Sorry, before Daniel Zellhuber, 134. Your bantamweight championship main event is official. Alexa Grasso, 124. Valentina Shevchenko, 125. That trilogy bout for the flyweight championship is official. Brian Ortega, 146. We are waiting on his opponent, Diego Lopes. Esteban Ribovics and Daniel Zellhuber, both at 155. Flyweights, Ode Osbourne and Ronaldo Rodriguez still yet to show. Excuse me. Irene Aldana has also not weighed in, but her opponent has former featherweight Norma Dumont coming in at 136. Ignacio Bahamondes has not weighed in, but his opponent Manuel Torres came in at 156 pounds. A strawweight bout between Yazmin Jauregui and Ketlen Souza is official, both at 115. Flyweights Joshua Van and Edgar Chairez both weighed in 125.5. And the lone early prelim of the show, Raul Rosas Jr. versus Aoriqileng, 136 for both guys. And we also got a bonus weigh-in, people. Manon Fierro coming in 124.5. She is the backup for the co-main event. The much well-deserving backup, I should say, for the co-main. So, guys, you have not missed anything, really. No misses, just people official. We will have, you can check our socials, guys, for clips of some of the wins that already happened when those are up. Jose will also have replay for you when that is available.
Maybe.
Again, guys, maybe. I shouldn't make promises that I'm not responsible for, but I trust Jose. Jose and I are like one person. Sometimes I get that a lot. Like I see people say Jose is AK and AK is Jose, and I go like, yeah, that's our working relationship. There should be no separating us. So, yeah. All right. Someone's asking why is the UFC didn't do a show today. I didn't do a weigh-in show. I mean, I don't care because you guys are in the only weigh-in show that matters. But yeah, I have no clue. They had been doing a habit of it. There's also some weird. This is a packed week for the UFC guys. They got a lot of stuff going on. There's some weird scheduling too. Things are happening. I feel like a little bit later than usual. I don't know if you guys have seen. There will be ceremonial weigh-ins later today, but they'll be happening at 7 p.m. local time. So for all of you doing your math out there, that is 10 p.m. Eastern time. Obviously, when they're on the West Coast, guys, we're on Pacific time. They'll be, your weigh-ins, things, ceremonials will be a little bit later, but 10 p.m. Eastern is a new one for me. So just letting
There
you
you
guys
go,
know
okay.
if there's weird things going on. Yeah. Scared me. There we go. I sent you a newer graphic because I messed up this one, but close. I said
Which one did you
Manuel
send me?
Figueroa is the backup, guys. I sent you another one because I made a little tweak. I said Manuel. I have it on there that Manuel was the backup for the main event, which would be amazing.
Oh,
But no, sorry. My mistake. My mistake. I meant
Oh.
co-main. I meant co-main.
and just like that.
Oh, of course. Good. All right, don't put up the last one then. Hold on. Don't ignore that last thing I said.
Here we go.
Because we have got who
My
this?
next fighter to the scale, competing in a prelim in the UFC's lightweight division, La Jaula, Ignacio Bahamondes.
Hi. I know you're on weight. But you're too heavy. $156.
156, the official weight for Nacho Ignacio Bahamondes.
156 for Ignacio Bahamondes. His fight with Manuel Torres is official. I just want to say, Elizabeth, thank you. Elizabeth, explaining that they're having things later because the sphere, they want the sun to go down, so the sphere's lights
It's
really
also
pop and
very hot.
Yeah,
It's also very hot.
it's very hot. Oh, okay, and everything's outdoors, right? So yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, but the visuals have been amazing. I mean, if that's their plans, I think so far have worked because the visual of the stage in front of the sphere looks. I mean, Jose, you can speak to it. I'm watching it on a screen. I don't know if it's really. I think it looks amazing. It must be mind blowing in person.
It's pretty wild.
I have to imagine.
I can't lie. I
Yeah.
can't lie. It's pretty wild.
Holy crap.
Also,
Yeah.
Merab was 134, right?
134. Correct. Yeah, 134. Big props to the UFC production team. Big props to the Sphere crew. Like everything I've seen all week has looked phenomenal. I'm not someone who's hyping up Saturday as like that it's going to live up to being whatever the best looking comp sports event ever, but I bet it's going to look pretty damn good, especially if you're there. My lukewarm take on all this, guys, has been that if you are there, I bet I'm sure maybe it will come off as the greatest live sporting event ever. I just don't know how that's going to translate for us watching at home, but I also don't know if that matters, right? Like I think they're trying to create, and eventually we'll get all these other angles. We'll get all this behind the scenes stuff. We'll probably get a whole. I think they already did done some behind the scenes stuff. I'm sure we'll get a full documentary on the Sphere and how they did it, and it looks great. It looks great. So again, I cannot commend the UFC and their team enough and the Sphere people for how the event has come off during for those of us just who are watching remotely. Like, looks great. It looks great. I don't know, guys in the comments. I don't know if you disagree. I think stuff looks sick, but yeah. Just looking at some comments. Yeah, people not loving the card itself. We have to remind people this was not originally planned to be a pay-per-view. This was going to be a fight night at Sphere. The Sphere itself was sort of supposed to be the attraction, and we all assumed Grasso and Shevchenko, the trilogy bout, was going to headline, which is a fine headliner. But yes, we can all agree Grasso and Shevchenko are not like huge money pay-per-view movers. And that's why O'Malley and Merab was added to this state, and why it's, why we've got kind of this weird narrative where we're celebrating Mexican MMA, and then we're trying to push this onto Sean O'Malley and Merab as well, and it's really not necessary. This was supposed to be Noche UFC Sphere Fight Night, whatever the hell they were going to end up calling it. Probably Riyadh season was still going to be involved, but they made it a pay-per-view. So yes, anyone saying, "Oh, this isn't like a pay-per-view quality card," you're right. It's not. It wasn't supposed to be. This was a card that was supposed to, again, showcase a lot of these Mexican fighters with Mexican heritage, not necessarily one with a lot of established stars. So The complaint is valid, but there is a reason why the lineup is the way it is. Yes, Grasso Valentina 2 was a fight. Yeah, it was a Noche UFC. Exactly. It headlined the first Noche UFC, and they're supposed to headline the second Noche UFC. There you go. Robert Gonzalez. This is one of the best cards of the year. Good for you. D. Hughes, this card's a solid 8. You know what? If you love this card, I like that too. I like that too. I think you're definitely guys going to get some action. This could be like, again, I think this is the right mix of 2 title fights with 2 very, very compelling title fights, and then a little bit of name value with Brian Ortega, Diego Lopes, and the high possibility of finishes, because we've got some. Anytime you guys have looked at the odds, anytime you've got fighters who are favored 3-1, 4-1, in Raul Rosas Jr.'s case, 7-1, 8-1, you're probably going to see a finish. So, your ideal situation is that the undercard has all these highlights, and then your top fight or your top 2 fights deliver the drama as far as being competitive back and forth fights. But again, we've seen both. We've seen cards that like crap on paper deliver with amazing finishes. We've seen cards that we thought are going to deliver amazing finishes give us a lot of like forgettable decisions. There's no way to predict. I'm kind of with who was that gave it that rating? I'm kind of with D. Hughes and kind of with you. I think this card's a solid 8, but maybe I'm giving a lot of weight to the main and co-main. People are saying, I shouldn't read this name. One of our commenters, overhyping leads to disappointment. Yeah, that is the risk you run for sure. But I am of the mind. I don't know how many other people feel this way. I always prefer when Dana White over promises rather than under promises. In other words, when he promotes. We have been on this guy to promote for a long time, and when he doesn't do it, we get frustrated. Now he overdoes it. Fair. I still would rather see that. That's his job. I want him to tell me if I was going to Sphere and I spent however much thousands of dollars it costs for a ticket. I want to believe that I am being sold the greatest combat sports event of all time, or the greatest sports event of all time, period. Let me feel good about my purchase, at least as I'm hitting that buy button online, And if it ends up being disappointing, it ends up being disappointing. That's fine. But sell me on it. So overhype it for me. I'm all for that. Sometimes it works out well. Look at UFC 300, right, where he overhyped probably the star power that he could have gotten on the card, but the card turned out amazing. UFC 300 turned out to be one of the best cards. So that was kind of in the middle, right? He promised us something. We didn't get that, but we still got an amazing show. Probably one of the best, maybe one of the 10 best pay-per-views of all time. So yeah, Dana White, you keep promoting. Maybe rein it in sometimes. Maybe don't be so adversarial with the media when we're just trying to help you out. And when we're doing a lot, when we're trying to be positive about something, and then you twist it in a weird way. But otherwise, he's doing his job. Max Powers, isn't this card free? Unfortunately, no. This is a pay-per-view, guys. ESPN Plus, whatever you guys pay wherever you are. And then what do you guys shelling out in the US? $79.99, $69.99, $80. Damn. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. If you, I would say though, if you're someone who like only buys half the pay-per-views, which I guess is 13 now, so let's say, or less than half. Let's say you only buy 6 pay-per-views a year. I think this card would be one of them. But again, I am putting a lot of weight on the main event. Let me just ask the chat now. What do you guys rate? Forget the card. What about just the main event? Let's say in a void. What do you rate the main event? Give me your rating out of 10, letter grade, however you guys like to rate things. What you would pay just to watch the main event. Because I think the main event is spectacular, but maybe I'm too deep in the weeds here. Maybe I'm just the MMA media. I'm a little too into it. Let me see what you guys are saying. I've seen a lot of alternative streaming options in the chat. Let's put it that way. And if that's how you're doing it, I just want to say MMA Fighting officially does not condone this, but also I'll leave it at that. Sandy Hoy says the main event is a 6. C says it's a 7. Crumpet says it's a 7. Mofres says 7. Really, guys? You guys really don't like this main event that much? Joshua 8 out of 10. Phil Durden 8 out of 10. For Smoking 5. So I'm seeing anywhere from 5 to 8. I'm like a 10 out of 10 on this. I don't know, but I'm kind of overly optimistic with main events. I am the prince of positivity, as it were. Harvey Nathan says 9. Not sure there's been a tougher headliner to predict this year. Yeah, that's what I kind of like about it, right? Aren't you guys intrigued, or are you guys know for sure? Like you guys are for sure O'Malley's going to win by knockout, or you're sure that Merab's just going to, chuck him with his grappling? Yeah, maybe that's it. Trin Daddy 10 A+. All right. Let me talk about the main event a little bit here, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna not see your comments for a while. So now is your time to talk crap about AK, because I will not be looking at the comments for a bit. Let me talk about this main event. We got Sean O'Malley, who is, I think, polarizing to say the least. Very, very popular with a certain generation of people. I think it's inaccurate to say that he is necessarily a proven box office draw, because by the metrics, by traditional metrics, he isn't. His pay-per-views have not proven to be like massive, have not proven to do blockbuster numbers. But that's also because he appeals to a younger audience of people who is not me. I'm super old. And the fact is, young people don't always spend money. Apologies to the young people in the audience, but I imagine a lot of you stream cards. Based on some of the comments I'm reading, a lot of you guys stream cards, and that's fine. You guys are online all the time. You guys are in tune with this stuff. You know how to get stuff without having to pay $80 US. So I think he has like a big audience. I just wonder how many people are willing to pay money for him, which should matter to the UFC. I'm sure they have other metrics, like I said, on social media traction. How do his videos do on YouTube? How do his videos do on Instagram? How do his, things like that? I'm sure they also have a way to have some idea of how many illegal streams are going on, right? I mean, according to Dana White, they're tracking people down to prosecute them, so they must have some way. So they know how many people are watching him. But there's a difference between how many people are watching him and how many people are paying money to watch him. And at the end of the day, that matters. That's the difference between him and a Conor McGregor and a Ronda Rousey and a Brock Lesnar and John Jones and Anderson Silva later in his career, Chael Sonnen. It's different being popular and being a pay-per-view draw, if that makes sense. But yes, he is a definitely intriguing character. I think he's delivered pretty well on his potential coming out of Contender Series. You can laugh at some of his performances, like essentially almost losing the Andre Sukumtats fight early because he injured his leg. The loss to Chito Vera was legit. The weird eye poke with Pedro Munoz. But then, hey, Petr Yan, amazing fight. I don't care if you think Petr Yan won. You can make a very strong case for Sean O'Malley in that fight. That was an amazing fight. That was my favorite, maybe my favorite fight of 2022. Very close fight. And if you don't think, even if he had lost that, if you didn't think O'Malley was legit after that Yan fight, I don't know what you're seeing. Aljamain Sterling, truly baffling game plan. But guess what? That's not Sean O'Malley's problem. Capitalize the situation, second round knockout, becomes a champion. And then not a fight we'll be talking about 10 years from now, but hey, a convincing unanimous decision win over Chito Vera. So you've got a very good champion here. I think someone who's like I said, both marketable and also quality wise. I think this isn't a case where we look at him and say, oh, well, this so and so many people at 135 pounds would beat him.
Who got that?
Like I think he's legitimately, again, even if you think he's crap, he's at worst, one of the 3 best bantamweights in the world. If you want to throw in some guys from other organizations, go ahead. If you want to throw in, if you think like, oh, he's not better than Aljo just fought poorly, whatever. If you think he lost a fight to Yan, he has shown he can hang with the best. He can beat the best. He's a great champion. And now you have, just his kryptonite in so many ways, a guy who is an insane grappler, amazing chin, by far the number 1 contender. This guy has won 10 straight fights, talking about Merab Dvalishvili. Probably would have fought for the title sooner if it wasn't held by his friend. But he gets hit. And when Sean O'Malley hits people, they go down. So this, to me, is like the definition of a compelling main event. Like I said, I'm 10 out of 10 on this. If you guys aren't into it, there's very good reason. Again, it's probably because you're smarter than I am, and you can foresee better how this fight's going to go. Like if you just think this is a predictable O'Malley knockout, you're probably not interested. And if you think this is a Merab dominating grappling,
is this graphic accurate now?
Let me look at it. Yes, hit me.
I'm gonna try. All clips are out now, so here we go.
Yes, sir. Do it.
I'm gonna do my best.
Your best is better than most.
But literally as soon as I said that, they start walking towards the scale.
Good. Where's it? Where is it?
Hold on. Give me a second. There you go.
Okay. There we go, guys. All right. That is up to date, everyone. We're
every
only
time.
waiting on... Amazing. Amazing. You did it.
Number 5 ranked women's bantamweight contender, former title challenger, Irene Aldana.
Irene Aldana, my bantamweight, the bantamweight on my fantasy team. I need her to deliver a finish on Saturday. That'd be great.
136, the official weight for Irene Aldana.
136 for Irene Aldana. Her fight with Norma Dumont is now official. Jose, I'm gonna send you an update. I'm gonna send.
I hate everything about this.
This is good. This is how it works. We're trying to get the fighters to come out. Yeah, we want the fight. People don't care about our graphic or us. They just want to see the fighters come out. So if our graphic summons fighters, then that is the best case scenario that we can hope for. So.
Oh, don't send it.
To the scale, the
all right, I'm not sending it.
Pay-per-view main card in the flyweight division, Ronaldo Rodriguez.
The Ronaldo.
Lazy boy. Massive star in Mexico. I can't stress that enough.
He's got like 1 million Instagram followers.
Like 600K.
125, the official weight for Ronaldo Rodriguez.
125 for Ronaldo Rodriguez. He's hitting the poses. Let's wait a second before we try and do the graphic yet.
Yes.
Let's wait.
I'll tell you.
Let's wait this out.
I'm not going to say that. Fabiano, the translator, made our press conference video monetizable. I'll say that. After his tired with Ortega.
Okay.
Like the whole time he's yelling, I'm like, that's not what he said. But like, you can't actually say what he said.
Yeah.
I remember he was like screaming. I was like, oh my gosh.
Speaking of, we are still waiting for O'Day.
That's why, and I want to make a point.
Lopes. Yes.
Everyone kept complaining like, oh, this press conference was lame and this and that. I'm like, well, if you spoke Spanish, it was pretty hardcore. Even Chairez,
who's left to weigh in?
Even Chairez was saying stuff. I was like, God, man, like, what do you guys doing?
I thought you were a no sabe kid.
I am, but I can understand it.
Like me. Oh, so no hablo, or no hable.
No hablo.
No hablo. Yeah.
I probably could too, but I'm just not confident enough.
So Susabe then. Someone asking who's left to weigh in. Guys, I was just about to say, just Odi Osbourne and just Diego Lopes. Everyone else has successfully made weight. No misses so far. And we even got Manuel coming in as a backup at 124.5. Let's see if I can get this up here.
All right, next fighter to weigh in. Also competing
just
live
saying
on pay-per-view in the flyweight division, the Jamaican sensation Ode Osbourne. The official weight for Ode Osbourne.
Ode also hitting some. Ode, Jose, was that an anime thing?
I did not even. I was not even paying attention.
Okay. He was hitting some sort of pose. Ode Osbourne's here. Yes. Someone C4 asking why do they allow the fighter to weigh in at 0.5 pounds or 1 pound over? They don't for championship fights, for one. For non-championship fights, they do. My understanding was it was originally for like if there was a discrepancy between the scale and the official scale the fighters weigh in, that they were giving them a 1 pound allowance. Now, why that would make a difference, why they wouldn't allow that for a championship fight doesn't make sense. Like if that's the reasoning, it's not like being a champion, your scale is more inherently more accurate. But that was my understanding. If the reasoning has changed, I'm not aware. But yes, it was to just in case, like, oh, the scales might be off, so you give them the 0.5, you give them the 1 just in case. But not for champions. Not for champions. We see Jeff Mullen looking at the scale. Here we go. All right.
Live on pay-per-view, the number 12 ranked UFC featherweight contender, Diego Lopes.
That's funny.
146.
146, the official weight for Diego Lopes. All right, thank you all for coming out to the official weigh-in for Noche UFC
All right.
ceremonials later at 7. One more sleep.
That was it. That was it. Jose, let's give the people, unless they're kicking you out, let's give the people that.
No,
let's
you got
finally give the
time.
people that graphic. Okay, let's finally give the people that graphic. While we set that up, I will talk for a bit. We'll stay on until 1, guys. We'll stay on until 1 with you. Maybe you know what? I realize I actually do have to do some writing for MMAfighting.com.
And I gotta edit this big old video, so we'll stay on for like another 5 minutes. We'll hit them
another
with the
5
graphic.
minutes. Yes, hit him with the graphic. Yes, and I was gonna give my in-depth can't miss fight picks, but I guess that's not really an option right now. I'll do a quick rundown. I mean, you guys will still get it, but it's not going to be as in depth.
Because us Mexicans are efficient, we get the job done. We're all that fun stuff.
I can't comment on this.
You can.
I agree. I agree as far as I know in my experiences, but anyway. Okay. We'll have a grab for you guys shortly. As I was going to say while I was blabbering on, I am picking Merab to win, though I am biased. Merab is on my fantasy team. Sean O'Malley, I believe, is on Jed's fantasy team. So, depending who you love more, thank you. Depending who you love more, me or Jed, root accordingly. Again,
Should I poll the media? Should I ask around the media?
About who's going to win or how much they like, or who they like more, me or Jed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to pull them because it's not going to end well for him. So I wouldn't want to do that to him. But yes, I'm going Merab in the main event, guys. I am going with Grasso in the co-main. I don't have a great explanation for it. If you saw the first 2 fights, you know how closely matched these two are in the grappling, in the striking. I mean, they're just both so high level, so elite in almost every possible category. So fun to watch. I was just rewatching their rematch from the first Noche UFC because I wanted to do a retro robbery review on it. Please go to MMAfighting.com and check it out. Yes, I know all the controversy was about the round 5 scorecard from Mike Bell, but again, ask yourself, is the fight a robbery based on how you would have scored it, right? Even if you think it was 48-47 Shevchenko, you know it's a close fight. So to me, it's a bit of a spoiler. I don't think it was a robbery. Was it a mistake in judging? Yes, and that's not the same thing. I know that sounds confusing. Read the article; it kind of explains it a little bit further. But I am going Grasso. I do lean towards the younger fighter in these kind of matchups. And
I just want to say,
Ode
Osbourne made weight, even though AK did not include it on the graphic.
I did not. We finally had a chance. Oh my god! Just take it down.
No,
Just
this is you are the pro.
Oh my god!
You are the way.
And I'm not even gonna send another one because there's no point now. There's no point.
Just everyone be aware. Ode Osbourne made weight.
I will do a read real quick. Okay. First, let me just say I'm picking Alexa Grasso to win the trilogy bout by decision. I'm picking Diego Lopes to win a decision over Brian Ortega. I just think Diego's better, and I don't think he's going to finish him because Brian Ortega is extremely difficult to finish. I'm going chalk with Daniel Zellhuber, Ronaldo Rodriguez, Irene Aldana, and Bahamondes Torres. Pick pending. Read my predictions Saturday morning. I actually don't know yet. I will go with Yazmin Jauregui to beat Ketlen Souza, though Ketlen is a very live underdog. For me, that's a stay away. Talking about betting, guys, stay away. Or if you're going to bet, don't just bet Jauregui straight. Make a decision on whether you think she's going to win by knockout or decision or whatever, because I don't think the juice is there for a straight. I think she's like minus 400, and it's just not worth it. Souza's not a terrible underdog pick. Flyweight Edgar, Chairez, Joshua Van. I think Joshua Van is just so good, but Chairez is a very weird guy, and he hasn't had a normal fight in the UFC yet. So that's definitely a stay away. And Raul Rosas Jr., obviously, I think he's going to run through Aoriqileng. 7-1 favorite. I know people say that might be crazy for a 19-year-old, but there's a huge athleticism gap here, huge wrestling gap, and I don't think Aoriqileng can overcome that, guys. So those are my picks. Let's give you the rundown of the weigh-ins right now before we sign off. Jose, did you want to hit him? Do we have replays available?
No, just run.
Okay,
with it.
okay. Yeah. You guys can find out on our socials later. We'll have highlights as well, of course,
Later,
on our
they're
YouTube.
all out there, dog. On Facebook.
Oh, they're all out there.
You can find it
Instagram,
on
Twitter.
Facebook, Instagram, X /
Yeah.
Twitter, TikTok,
Yes.
YouTube Shorts. Bang.
MySpace?
I wish, dude. I wish.
Snapchat?
I would be all over that. No Snapchat. No Snapchat.
Okay. All
I'd be
right.
all over that.
So you guys can find the weigh-ins. And we'll have the full highlights on YouTube. Sean O'Malley, 135 for his title defense against Merab Dvalishvili. Merab coming in 134. Alexa Grasso, 124 for her second title defense against Valentina Shevchenko, who came in at 125. Brian Ortega and Diego Lopes, who you just saw, both come in at 146 pounds. Esteban Ribovics, 155. Daniel Zellhuber, 155. And the flyweight opener, Ode Osbourne and Ronaldo Rodriguez, both 125 pounds, championship weight. The featured prelim, Irene Aldana, 136 for a fight with Norma Dumont, also 136. Ignacio Bahamondes, 156. He fights Manuel Torres, 156. Yazmin Jauregui, 115. Her opponent, Ketlen Souza, also 115. Joshua Van, 125.5. Edgar Chairez, 125.5. And the early prelim between Raul Rosas Jr. and Aoriqileng, 136 for both men. And we also had top contender Manon Fiorot, 124.5. She's a backup for the co-main event. No misses, no drama, guys. Done within 45 minutes. That was your official weigh-ins. I do think we have to sign off, but you'll be seeing much more of us today. There will be a preview show at... I'm stalling while I find the schedule for the preview show. Live preview show, guys, 4 p.m. ET. It'll be Michael Heck, Jed Michoud, and producer Casey will be there. So tune in for sure. Again, 4 p.m. ET, 1 p.m. Pacific time, local time. If you are in Las Vegas, watch that preview show. Q&A tomorrow. Ceremonial weigh-ins tonight at 10 p.m. People pray for Jose because this man has,
There's
as usual during
also
fight week.
there's also a Q&A before the weigh-ins with Tracy Cortez and I'm forgetting the other person. It's gonna bother me.
Okay. Will there be a Q&A and Jose will be there? Jose will be everywhere, guys. He has not slept all week. Pray for him.
Really,
Send
honestly.
him love. Send him love. Send him gifts. Send him money. If you just want to send him money,
I'll take the money.
feel free to send us it. Yeah, take the money.
Oh, so we have
that is all.
Brandon Moreno, Jair Rodriguez, Tracy Cortez. That is the scheduled Q&A.
There we go. That is all, guys, for the official morning weigh-ins. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. You are the best. You are the best people. Whether you're making nice comments, rude comments,
and the Facebook people.
And the Facebook people. You know what? I was gonna say them first, and I was gonna say I also meant the YouTube people. But Facebook, YouTube, love all you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see much more of you over this weekend. Enjoy the fights.